Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah. Oh. You saved yesterday.
Hey guys, my name is Richard Cranor. I'm the writer-director of Starleaf, and I just wanted to share with you some footage and some insights on my trip to the ECETI Ranch in Trout Lake, Washington. The ECETI Ranch is a pretty famous destination for a lot of people interested in UFO and paranormal activity. Now, before I went there, I was pretty skeptical. I mean, I have my own beliefs in UFOs and paranormal stuff based upon my own experiences, but I don't always believe other people's accounts because there are a lot of crazies, a lot of whack jobs out there, people who sort of they don't just sip the Kool-Aid, they drink the whole bowl of it. But I did get some footage of Mount Adams I want to share with you. These flicking lights that people have been reporting coming from the mountain for well over 100 years now. The easy answer to this is that they are hikers hiking up the mountain at night, which is kind of weird to think about to begin with. But the thing that I think discounts that pretty quickly is again, the 100 years or so of reported lights that have been coming from here, and the fact that these lights are coming very high up in the mountain. In fact, there are times when these lights literally lift off from the mountain. The other interesting fact is that there is a electrical engineer named Dave Akers who's been studying this phenomenon since 1972, and he calls it the anomalous luminous phenomenon. I don't know what to make of it, you know. So that's one thing. The other thing that I saw that was really kind of impressive, not kind of, but really impressive, was this, they call them orbs. And they're not just like orbs you see through your camera later after you've shot the photo or through a night vision scope. They're orbs that you see with your eyes. And everybody around you sees them, and everybody freaks out when they pass by. And it is quite unsettling. Literally, it looks like the ocean swimming through the sky. That's what this kid said next to me, and I thought that was a very poetic way of describing it. I tried to get those on camera. You don't know when they're going to appear, so good luck, but you need to see them. You need to see them. It's extraordinary. I don't know what the hell it is. It's not ball lightning. It ain't fucking someone's laser pointer. It's crazy. So there's that. As far as the UFOs themselves go, again, I wasn't expecting anything other than just satellites in the sky, people pointing at them and thinking they're UFOs, and that did happen. There was a lot of, I think, false reports of UFOs. But that being said, there was a couple of others that were not false. I mean, I'm still kind of in awe, really, of it, And what I saw, again, I don't have footage of it from that night, but I have found on the internet some other similar footage that other people have shot during other like UFO Skywatch events and other organizations. I'm going to post one, or I'm going to show you one right now of this ball just blowing up in the sky and then disappearing. And that happened 3 times. And it was like Star Wars in the sky. And I was like, really? Like, how is that even possible? It was just phenomenal stuff. So those 3 things were already pretty interesting. But here's the crazy thing. So when I was scouting for Starleaf 1, I heard what I thought, I didn't know what it was. It was a sound of something that seemed to me to be a primate. And it freaked me out. I left the woods. I talked to some people about it, thinking, was this a Bigfoot? And they were like, nah, it's probably just an owl. So I kind of let that go. However, I think the first night at ECETI, I heard that same sound again. And it freaked me out. It lasted for about 10-15 seconds. It was a whooping sound of some kind, and all the coyotes just freaked out as soon as that sound came out. Now, I talked to the ECETI people, and they say they have 9 Bigfoot that live in the area. Who's to say yes or no? I don't know. But the crazy thing is, I went on the internet, and I did find recordings of this whooping sound that people have all attributed to Sasquatch, and so that's a little freaky. I did a little work, not a lot of research, but I found an owl. The only thing that I could think of that has any similarity to that sound. And I've got a recording that you guys can listen to real quick of these two sounds compared against each other. Now, to me, the whooping sound that's attributed to the Sasquatch it's still, I think, significantly different. It's a little more aggressive. It's a little bit more guttural. And, you know, I mean, I don't know if it's a Sasquatch, but I can say, based on the research that I've done on the sound, that it doesn't match any of the other animals that have been recorded in the Pacific Northwest. I don't think it does. So, you know, going off of that, who knows where we go from here. I can say there was a large animal that came up to our camp, made those whooping sounds, and it was intimidating. I remember hearing it, waking up going, that is not, there's something going on here. And again, the coyotes all freaked out. This sound, according to the people, is a Sasquatch sound. So I'm leaning towards the idea that we might need to investigate. I might need to investigate this a little more. Now, overall, I just want to say something to everybody listening right now who's skeptical. Just get your ass to the ranch. Get your ass to the ranch. Don't think of this as some kind of intellectual debate. It's really about experience. You got to go see the stuff for yourself before you get on that little keyboard and start typing away, because it's what it takes. It's hard to get recordings of this stuff. I did a poor job. I want to go back with some better gear. But I can tell you, if you see this stuff with your own eyes, you're going to have to ask yourself some bigger questions. I think the number one thing why I can believe in UFOs, why I can believe in extraterrestrial intelligence, why I can believe and say even Sasquatch, is because I know, based on my research, that the materialist science today is only really calibrated to understanding what's going on in the electromagnetic spectrum. And with the problem with that presupposition is that our science today and our scientists today think of the universe as being limited to just the electromagnetic spectrum that we currently operate in. Our five senses are calibrated to, all that stuff. So I think when you're on this ranch, there's somehow something where the frequency bandwidth changes here in some way, where our electromagnetic limits aren't as strong, and whatever these other frequencies are that life can live on, you get a glimpse into. And I think it's also worth noting that nowhere in any of the sciences today is there any proof of how consciousness arises from the biology we have. And it makes me think, at this point going forward in my life, that our biology is made to ground consciousness, but it doesn't produce it. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it at that. You guys should definitely get out to this ranch and see for yourself what I'm talking about. It is pretty cool, and it's you know, forcing me to kind of take more seriously some of the things that I've been pursuing, and perhaps try to find more info. The truth is out there.